So recently, I was sent this niche indie game called Paper Towel Royale by the developer himself. That's genuinely kinda crazy. I've been playing it a ton recently with my brother, and it's really addictive and fun. The premise is simple. Roll around and shoot each other with guns. Normal paper towel activities. In this video, I'll cover everything the game has to offer and more. Let's get into it. There's 17 weapons available to choose from. Most of the weapons are pretty simple, so I'll keep each entry relatively short. The damage per shot is counted for each bullet individually. Guzzler, the standard gun, does 14 damage per shot. Tri-shot, 34 damage per shot, always fires 3 shots per click and has a short cooldown. Upshot, does 23 damage per shot, looks like a freaking pea pod, and the shots curve upwards. Uzi, does 9 damage per shot and has a little more ammo than it shows for some reason. Zapper, does 10 damage per shot and shoots fairly straightforward. Desert Eagle, does a whopping 45 damage per shot and has a cooldown between shots. Wrecker Revolver, does 13 damage per shot, fires 6 shots per left click, and has a cooldown between shots. Chump, I'm not a chump, does 25 damage per shot and has a slight cooldown between shots. Duel Master, does 18 damage per shot and always shoots 2 bullets at once with a slight cooldown between shots. Gumshot, I'm sick of saying shot, does 9 damage per shot and the bullets are tinier and bounce off walls. Mortar Mom, bullets have infinite duration until they touch the ground, has a cooldown between shots and explodes on contact, and does about 50 damage per shot. I kept getting different numbers due to the explosion. Negative, works the same as the Guzzler but gives you the opposite recoil, meaning it'll propel you towards your bullets. Pop Pistol, causes an explosion upon contact, has a cooldown between shots, and does about 45 damage per shot. Again, getting mixed numbers due to the explosion. Pump Shotgun, does 9 damage per shot, shoots 13 bullets at once, and has a cooldown between shots. Shredder, does 5 damage per shot and has a crazy shooting speed. Sniper, does a whole 65 damage per shot, has a slight cooldown between shots, and get this, it has the longest range in the game. T5, last but not least, shoots 5 bullets at once and does 20 damage per shot with a slight cooldown between shots. Currently, there are 5 specials in the game. Missile Launch, the first ability that you get. When used, the paper towel shoots at a missile. This missile can be controlled using the WASD keys or whatever your movement is. The missile has a fuel system as well. Holding the special button down reduces the fuel consumption but slows it down, whereas letting go will speed it up and consume more fuel. You can toggle the 2 states for extra control. Once it runs out of fuel or hits something, it'll explode, insta-killing anyone it makes direct contact with and dealing splash damage to others nearby. Bubble Blower. The bubble blower lets you blow bubbles. Shocking. You can hold the button to blow a bigger bubble, but if you blow for too long, it'll explode, because these bubbles are explosive. Shooting a bubble with your gun will cause it to grow and explode if shot at the maximum size, while opponents' guns will cause it to shrink. This means you can use the bubbles as a shield, which is especially good if you're still in the windup of the move. Letting go of the bubble blower while charging will shoot out 4 bubbles wherever you're aiming. These bubbles also push players around and sort of act as ground. You can jump off them, but you'll still fall through if you try to stand on it. When touched, the bubbles do damage over time, even while you're blowing the bubbles. The spin ability gives you the ability of flight, and shooting too. When used, you start rotating so fast you defy gravity and can fly into the air. W and S allow you to fly upwards and downwards respectively, and A and D do as you expect, letting you move left and right. Once released, or after 5 seconds, you'll slam your middle directly downwards. The faster you drop it, the more damage it does. It's quite powerful too. If you charge it up for 1 second or more, this attack will insta-kill anyone. The only downside is aiming can be tricky, but if mastered, this could definitely become a very powerful ability. Grappling Hook. The grappling hook does exactly what you think it does. By pressing this ability, you shoot out an arrow wherever you're looking and reel into anything you hit. If you shoot a platform, you'll reel into there. Otherwise, if you hit an item or player, you'll reel them into you. Once you reel into anything, you'll cause an explosion that does lots of damage. Also, the grappling hook will only go away once you successfully shoot something and reel in. Hammer. The hammer deals damage as you swing it. The harder you swing it, the more damage it does. Left clicking or waiting for 9 seconds will cause you to throw the hammer, which explodes upon contact with anything, dealing lots of damage. The hammer also affects your movement, pushing you in the direction you swing. It only does damage with the actual hammer part, not the stick. I probably should have figured that out sooner. The hammer also sends anyone it hits flying, and it swings the moment you take it out. There's plenty of items that'll spawn in during the game, so let's go over all of them. Boomerang. The boomerang will come back to you after you've thrown it or after it hits a wall. However, if it hits a wall or a player too many times, it'll break. Turret. The turret will shoot whenever you shoot and aim in whatever direction you're aiming. It's essentially a second paper towel for you to control, albeit a stationary one. Cactus ball. The cactus ball grows a cactus wherever you throw it. You can even throw it on player, which is practically guaranteed death. Once the cactus is out, it'll do damage to anyone who touches it. Grenade. Once picked up, you can pull the pin and then throw it for a massive explosion. Landmine. Throw it to place it, and then whatever touches it, even bullets, will cause it to explode. Bat. You can swing it to send anything it hits flying. It'll also launch you in the direction you're swinging. Though if you use it in the air, it'll only do this launch once. If you hit enough things with the bat, it'll break. Minigun. Replaces your weapon temporarily with a minigun. It shoots insanely fast and can kill in seconds, but overheats if shot for too long. Healing potion. When thrown, creates a glowing green circle that heals anyone inside of it. Shield potion. When thrown, shatters and gives anyone in its radius a shield. Rock. A simple throwable item that's absurdly fast, absurdly strong, and has absolutely insane knockback. Sponge. The coolest item in the game. The sponge will absorb any attack you hit it with. Then, when it's thrown again, it will release all the attacks it absorbed. You can tell when it's full because it gains water particles. Rocket launcher. Launches rockets that cause massive explosions. You can shoot up to 3 times. The game has 6 different game modes to offer. Basketball. Ripped straight out of NBA 2K26, your goal is to throw the basketball into your opponent's hoop. These little blockers orbit around the hoop and make it harder to throw it in. Whoever gets the most points or reaches the goal first wins. Deathmatch. Your goal is to murder the most paper towels. Every time you kill someone, you get a point, and every time you die, you lose a point. Last towel standing. You'll never guess. Your goal is to be the last towel standing. If you win, you get a point, and whoever reaches the point goal first wins it all. Tower control. Your goal is to stand on the tower for long enough to keep it moving towards the goal. If neither player reaches the goal at the end of the timer, then it will go into overtime, where the first person to touch it wins. King of the Crown. Similar to a capture the flag game mode, your goal is to hold onto the crown for as long as possible. The only way to get rid of the crown is to kill the player holding it. Also, while holding the crown, you become slower. Showdown. Like a mashup of Last Towel Standing and Deathmatch. Your goal is to get as many kills as you can in a single round. The more people you kill, the more points you'll get at the end of the round. There's currently 5 different maps at the time of writing this. Each has their own special properties and different layouts for each game mode. Grasslands, home to spikes and generally simple layouts. Desert. Here you'll find tumbleweeds that'll get in the way and breakable platforms. Jungle. My personal favorite layout, the jungle is rainy and lightning will occasionally strike. Mountain. Similar to grasslands, contains spikes and has much blockier layouts. Arctic. This map contains slippery ice. Since I'm one of very few people who have played this game, I found a lot of tech that I'm not sure has been shown before, so I'll showcase it here. Rolling while using abilities. By hitting shift, or whatever your roll keybind is, and the special button at the same time, you can roll while using the ability. This makes you faster as well as your hitbox smaller. Shooting top of screen with the grapple. If you aim your grappling hook upwards, you'll attach to the sky and fly all the way to the top of the screen. Grappling hook boomerang. While grappling hook is coming back after you miss, it will still be able to grab things. This means that you can purposefully miss with grapple, wait for it to come back, and then grapple something with a back hitbox. Not only that, but you can use this tech to even phase through walls. It's best to use this while rolling too, using the first tech I mentioned, so that you're faster and this is easier to do. Jump shooting. Normally, by aiming downwards with any gun, you'll be launched into the air. However, if you jump right before you shoot, you'll be launched much higher than you would be if you just shot downwards. Invisible hammer tech. By simply rolling while using the hammer, it becomes invisible. You can still swing it, but you can't throw it. However, this is great for catching opponents off guard since they won't even know what they're being hit by, though it's quite difficult to aim, because you can't see it. Instant hammer. If you aim downwards with the hammer, when you pull it out, it will automatically do the first swing. Then, left click / throw the hammer instantly for the fastest insta-kill option yet. It's quite difficult to time perfectly, so most of the time you'll just be getting a ton of damage, but it's still really good. Missile control with gun. While using the missile, you can still shoot your gun. You can use this to move around or to pressure your opponent into moving towards the missile. Spin on ground sends upwards. If you use spin on the ground or close to the ground, it will launch the middle upwards instead of downwards. This is great for mix-ups. Compact bubbles. If you don't want your bubbles to be spread out, you can shoot it downwards, which makes it fairly compact. This is also great for shielding you against enemy attacks, since the bubbles will absorb the hit. Single bubble. If you click again after releasing the bubble ability, you'll stop blowing bubbles. So you can blow 3 or 2 or even 1 bubble. I don't know why you do that, but you can. Bubble displacement. While charging up the bubble, you can send it through pipes and even have it explode while inside the pipe. Also, by aiming at a corner, you can send your bubbles through the wall. Pipe momentum. The faster you go into the pipes, the faster you come out. You can see this for yourself easily by going to the mountain map called Discrete, positioning yourself next to the pipe with the spring, and then jumping on the spring and holding left. So that's Paper Towel Royale. There's a lot of things I didn't cover, like the cosmetics, aka the gambling. So I highly suggest you check this game out for yourself. It's pretty cheap for the amount of content it actually contains, and I promise you, it's actually so fun. Like, while I was trying to document every ability and stuff, I just got carried away moving and playing with all the weapons. Anyways, thanks again to Codeline for sending me his game. This was such a cool opportunity, and I hope this video helps to garner a larger audience. If you enjoyed the video, remember to like and subscribe, if you think I deserve it of course, and thanks for watching.